You get a lot of guys, though, that think, like, after you date him for a few months, like, oh, she'll change her mind.
She'll want kids with me.
And I find that arrogance, like, to another level.
Oh, it's frustrating.
Like, oh, she'll just change her mind about wanting to reproduce and bring a child into the world. Nah, bitch.
Instead of crashing,
little
I want to
skincare.
like have like a skincare. I want to do like, you know, maybe some anti-aging. Like I'm in my 30s now, so maybe I need to get better at like taking my makeup off before I go to bed.
I can't believe you don't do that. You can.
Well, I would
do
just like
you want.
squint a lot.
Oh wait, I forgot. I probably
have
should.
very sensitive eyeballs. But I also don't want to look like I'm trying to be too cool. I can't even see what's in there.
All right.
It's just bushes.
Yes, season 7, the final ride.
California.
Driver's Meg.
Knows how to party.
This is my best friend,
Hi.
Natasha. She's here. Finally,
We're
after
here.
7 seasons.
I've been so envious. You started this right after I moved, and I was like, oh,
And now you're here.
I always wanted to be interviewed. It's like a long dream of mine.
You and everyone else in LA that wants to be on this show.
Yeah. It's a very highly wanted to be on show. What am I missing? There's a
sought after experience.
Sought after.
A life-changing, you know, RSVP.
Mm-hmm.
You live in Atlanta now.
I do.
And you work in TV and film.
Yep.
Want to tell everybody what you do? Because you have a really cool exclusive job.
I am a set deck buyer for mostly TV shows, sometimes movies, but TV shows are longer, so I like having a longer employment rather than I like having 1 to 2 jobs a year rather than 4 to 5 jobs.
Secure that bag.
Yeah, so I found a way to shop for a living, which is kind of always my dream.
I love it.
I get to spend other people's money.
I want to talk about the men's situation in Atlanta and like just like tell the viewers what it's all about, because everybody that does these interviews are mainly obviously based in Los Angeles, and so all we talk about is like, oh, dating is so hard, oh, everyone's so healthy out here and like into bodies and da 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 da. And I want to know the Atlanta perspective, the exclusive interview of the Atlanta perspective of dating.
If you want to get married and if you want to have babies and like the 2.5 children and the picket fence and all that stuff, Atlanta is great.
Okay.
I was very confused when I got there because people wanted to be in relationships with me, and after dating in
I hate when people want to love me.
Well, no. Okay, so when you're in LA, like I've dated people in LA for like almost a year, and they were never my boyfriend. That's not how it is in Atlanta. In Atlanta, like you go on 2 dates and you're meeting their friend group and like going to weddings with them, and so like I got confused thinking, oh, this must be love, because he wouldn't, you know, commit himself to me.
Yeah.
And that's not the case. They just are together and then they break up and then are together and then break up, and so and also if you say I don't want kids, they don't believe you.
Yeah, that's something you've run into. So, and obviously like you're fine with me talking about this.
Yeah.
Natasha doesn't want kids, like for real. She's not like, oh, maybe I'll change my mind, I don't want to have kids, or like, oh, I want to adopt, I don't have like want to actually physically have kids. You don't want children. You don't have the maternal Shazam instinct. Well, I think you're actually maternal in instinct, but you don't have the actual desire.
Yeah, no. I feel like you either have to want a kid or you shouldn't have one. I feel very strongly about that.
Yeah, preach.
I don't want kids, and so I shouldn't have them. People are very confused by that.
Well, I feel like you get a lot of men who think like down the road you'll just change your mind. Which quickly to the viewers, this has happened to me a few
Multiple
times.
Yeah. Like I always try to drop it on the first date, like not like, hey, just so you know, I don't want kids, but I'll say like,
so you know,
oh yeah, that's why I don't want kids ever. You know, like I'll try to casually drop it in so that it's not a surprise conversation.
I hate kids.
Later.
Oh, you have them? They're stupid.
I don't mind if you have them. Just don't expect me to
produce anything.
Yeah, it's not. My favorite was I had been with this guy for about a year and a half, and I came home from work late, which happens 99% of the time because I work in film, and so I'm never going to be home for dinner. And he was infuriated that I wasn't home in time.
I slaved over this kitchen all day.
We got into a huge fight, and I was like, I'm never going to be home for dinner. And he goes, well, what about the kids? And I was like, what did I forget that we had kids? Because I don't remember having them.
Did we get a fish?
I forgot, I guess. And he was like, well, we're going to have kids eventually. I'm like, not with me, you're not. Like, no.
Who's this we? Oh my gosh, the arrogance. Okay,
well,
so
and you know, some people ask me too, like, well, what about a guy who would be a stay-at-home dad? And like,
nothing hotter than hot dads.
that sounds great. But could he be a stay-at-home chef instead? You know, like, I'd like to have, if I was gonna have like a stay-at-home wife but a stay-at-home husband, I still don't want kids. I want him cooking and cleaning, and you know, he can go to tennis or football or whatever the male version of Pilates is, and then we can go on vacation.
Yeah. My dad was like, well, he wasn't like a full stay-at-home dad, but because his hours were easier,
Yeah.
he was like considered like a stay-at-home dad because he got off of work at about the same time my sister and I got out of school. It's a cool thing. It's a great reversal of roles.
And and I think there should always be like a stay-at-home parent. Like, my mom worked at night, so like she was a stay-at-home mom until my dad got home, and then she went to night school.
And then there was
immediately,
swap.
so it'd be normal.
Did you ever have an imaginary friend growing up?
Yes, I did.
What was their name?
The blonde guy.
That was his name?
Yeah, that's what I called him.
That sounds like a creeper that climbs into your room at night. I don't know. He doesn't have a name. The blonde guy. I would be like, we're
That's
installing
another
a camera
reason why
into
I
our
don't
children.
want kids. It's terrifying. My mom told me recently.
I don't want kids because of their personal safety.
No, because I'm pretty sure kids can see ghosts, and I don't deal with ghosts. And I'm pretty sure my imaginary friend was not imaginary.
I want to go back to the blonde guy because like most kids have like like my imaginary friend when I was growing up, his name was Billy. That's what his name was. I couldn't tell you this. My mom told me this. My imaginary friend was Billy. If I had a child and they were like, "Oh, my friend," and I was like, "Who's your friend?" They said the blonde guy. I would literally be like, "Honey, we're installing cameras in our kid's bedroom because there's someone climbing into the room at night." Because like that's like a physical, but that's like a physical thing. Like, oh, the blonde guy. So like that to me would resonate as like a human being.
This is exactly how my mom told me about him, and this is recently. We were in Seattle, and my mom was like driving me around and showing me all the places that we went to when I was a kid, and she points to the apartment. She's like, "Oh, that's the apartment where you had the imaginary friend, the blonde guy, who I'm pretty sure was not imaginary." And I was like, "What? What?"
So yeah, I was right. So it probably
And
was
she
like
was-
the gardener or something, and you
No,
just like made a friend. Like
No, he was a ghost, like full-on ghost, because he would help me get shit off of the top shelf. Candyland was my favorite game. So whenever I got in trouble, my mom put him on the top shelf, and she would come out of the shower, and I'd be playing Candyland. She'd say, "How did you get this down?"
It was a gardener. Did you have a pool? It was a pool boy.
I doubt we had a pool. We were very poor. I do not think we had a pool in this life.
Thank you for joining me today.
Certainly, thanks for having
so much
me.
Fun. Oh, I just want to like just do a whole like Driver's Meg series of just like all my good friends, and we'll just like drive around and just
drive around, talk,
drive around Los Angeles, and just like
ourselves.
not get into car accidents. Side note, my car is still currently, but it'll be turned in, so I don't give a fuck, DMV. It's still under registration for being in storage, so here's to not getting pulled over.
Oh yeah, cheers to that.
Cheers to not getting pulled over in the next 4 days before I turn my car in. All right, till next time, guys. Season 7, final ride.
Chin
We
chin.
out. Let's go.